My name's Sophia Restrepo, and I'm a midfielder for Arkansas State, and I'm a sophomore. So I started when I was really, really young. My dad has always been a soccer coach, and he's always been such a big fan of soccer, so he coached my first few teams and just like little recreational teams, and I basically just started when I was about 4 and then just have been playing all the way up till now. I went to a few different high schools, well, not a few different. I went to 2 main high schools, Mariner High School and Estero. They're both in Florida.
Okay.
And so my first Mariner was really good start for me. It was like my freshman, sophomore, a little bit of my junior year, and that was basically the girls I'd been spending my whole life playing with, so that was so much fun. But then I switched to Estero because I played for a different soccer team, and we did really well my senior year, and then we went to the state finals, but we didn't end up winning, but it was a really good season. But one of the biggest things was I wanted to go out of state just because I saw it as a good opportunity to get out of Florida because I've been living in Florida my whole life. And so I really focused on the out-of-state schools. And then when Arkansas State reached out to me and I came for a visit, I just really, really liked the campus and the city. And when I visited, everyone was really nice to me, and it really seemed like a good family environment, and like the coaching staff was really supportive. So it just really impressed me from a lot of different aspects, and I just wanted to come here. Dooley's the one who actually recruited me to come here, so I've always like had a good line of communication with him, and coming in he was like very welcoming to all of us, and whenever my injury happened he was really supportive through it all and just assured me that I was going to come back strong, and like, you know, I always have a chance to like work my way into the starting lineup and stuff like that. So just knowing that and having that in the back of my head like really motivated me to do the best that I could. So I really like him as a coach, and we're both vegan, so it just kind of worked out really well. But we really get along, and I really respect him as a coach and as a person. So it was the first game, or before the first game of the season, so then the next day I went into the surgeon, and he basically told me I was going to be out for 6 months. Originally he had said about a month because meniscal injuries can be different. Like if you repair them, then it takes less time. If you completely remove it, it takes less time, but if you repair it, then it takes a lot longer process because then it's a different healing. But they decided to repair mine instead of just taking it out, so it ended up taking 6 months instead of a month. So at first I was like, oh, only a month, like that's not bad at all. But then I figured out that it was going to be 6, so then that was a really big shift in my perspective, and I was like, that's the whole season, that's like my whole freshman year, and it was difficult to grasp. But the rehab process was pretty smooth, and I was back probably 6 months in, but once I was back in, I felt really good, and I've been feeling good all season. So, well, practice is a pretty good environment for everyone just because we're a pretty planned out team. Like we always come up with strategies for the specific games that we're going to play. So practice is really, what would you call it? Like structured and planned out, and so it's always really good because then we know what's going to go on once we're in the game, and we're not just like running around with our like chickens with our heads cut off. But what was it? Oh, it's how to stay fit. So before I didn't pay too much attention to my diet and my nutrition and everything, but after my injury, I started wanting to stay in shape even when I was injured. So I was looking into like the best things to feed myself and like the best way to stay in shape and stay healthy. And then I ended up transitioning to vegetarian and then to vegan a little bit later. So that's a big part of like how I stay really healthy and how I feel good even when we have a few days off or something, is I just like really pay attention to what I eat. So Sarah is like totally took me by surprise. Not to say that like she doesn't seem like she would be so great, but like she's kind of like petite, you know, like I wasn't like expecting her to be so good. Like I've honestly for anyone I've ever played with, she's the fastest, like most technical, has the hardest shot I've ever seen. So she totally just took me by surprise, and like playing with her is such a pleasure because like you just know if you send her a long ball, she's gonna get to it and she's gonna just finish it like you've never seen before. Well, because I think because they have preseason polls for every conference, and I'm pretty sure we were predicted to be a lot lower than we are now. So I guess it's just really nice to see that like people not people, whoever's in charge of the polls, like, thought we were going to do a lot worse than we are now. So it's just nice to kind of prove, like, those people wrong and just show that even though we might not have performed as well as we would have liked last year in the tournament, like, that doesn't mean that you can count us out forever, you know. And, like, I just feel like every day the team continues to get better and improve and just, like, surprise people that they wouldn't even think that we'd be in this position. So for this weekend, I'm just really excited to see what's going to happen and really just have a lot of confidence in our team to just go out there and win, and then just show Little Rock that we're different now. Now we're going to beat them and maybe win the whole conference.